Welcome back. This is part 5 of the differentiation series. Today we are going to see how to derivate implicit functions. Now what are implicit functions? I've given you a few examples here. Ax square plus 2hxy plus by square equal to 0. This is a homogeneous equation of second degree in x and y, the one we've done in pair of lines. Now this is an implicit function. For that matter, x square plus y square equal to 3xy or cos y equal to y into sine of x plus y. These are examples of an implicit function. An implicit function is basically a mixture of x and y in the same equation. You toss in a few constants, you have some variables x and y put in with cos and sine or log or something like that. You just mix and match x and y together, you get an implicit function, as you can see in the three examples that I've given you. It's a mixture of x and y, some constants, some cos or sine functions or log functions or exponential functions, whatever be the case. These are implicit functions. Now, let us solve some problems based on this concept. So I've taken the first question. Xy equal to sine of x plus y. We have to find dy by dx. So we will really go about this exactly as we've been solving sums in the previous sessions. Be aware of chain rule and that's it. And of course all your rules, uv rule, u by v rule or whatever. Now let's differentiate this with respect to x. So the left hand side will be a uv rule, x into y. So x into the derivative of y is dy by dx plus y into the derivative of x is 1 equal to, on the right hand side, the derivative of sine is cos of x plus y, and into the derivative of x plus y you have to go inside. This is chain rule. So the derivative of x is 1 plus the derivative of y is dy by dx. After this, everything else is a matter of simplification. So you keep the left hand side as it is, you multiply this cos of x plus y inside the bracket, so it becomes cos of x plus y plus cos of x plus y into dy by dx. Then you will collect the dy by dx terms together. So you will take cos of x plus y into dy by dx on the left hand side, and you will take dy by dx common. So you'll have this x and this was plus, so this will become minus of cos of x plus y into dy by dx equal to, this cos of x plus y remains as it is, this plus y is taken on the other side, you get a minus y, and then you simply take this bracket down, and so dy by dx will be cos of x plus y minus y upon x minus cos of x plus y comes down. That is how simple it is. Now let's come to the second question. You have x cube plus y cube equal to 3axy. Remember, a is a constant. We have to find dy by dx. Let's differentiate this with respect to x. So x cube, the derivative is 3x square. Y cube, the derivative will be 3y square, but into the derivative of y, so dy by dx equal to, you keep this 3a out common, and xy is uv rule, so x into dy by dx plus y into 1. Then we take this 3 common and cancel it with this 3 on the right hand side. So you get x square plus y square dy by dx equal to, and then we multiply this a inside as well. So ax dy by dx plus ay, a into this y, ay. Now we again collect the dy by dx terms together. So y square minus ax into this dy by dx is taken common equal to this ay, and this x square goes there, minus x square, and you just put this down, y square minus ax goes down, so dy by dx is ay minus x square upon y square minus ax. Let's move on to the third sum. Now here in this case we have y equal to x into sine y. We have to show that dy by dx is equal to y upon x into 1 minus x cos y. So let's start with what is given. We have y equal to x into sine y. Now remember, this also means that y by x is equal to sine y, and we call that 1. We'll use it later. Now let's derivate whatever we have. So differentiate with respect to x. The derivative of y is dy by dx equal to, this is uv rule, so x into derivative of sine y is cos y, but into dy by dx plus sine y into the derivative of x is 1. Then I take the dy by dx terms together, So this will become 1 minus x cos y, and the dy by dx is common. Right hand side you have sin y. Then you know that sin y is y by x, so we use y by x in place of sin y from 1. Remember, we have to see what is show that. So there's no sin y in the show that, so obviously we have to get rid of it. How do we get rid of it? Using number 1 equation, y by x equal to sin y. So sin y is replaced by y by x, and then you simply drop this 1 minus x cos y down. You get y by x into this 1 minus x cos y on the side, and that's what you want to prove. Dy by dx is y by x into 1 minus x cos y. Let's move to the next question. Question number 4. We have x raised to p into y raised to q equal to x plus y into p, x plus y raised to p plus q. X raised to p into y raised to q equal to x plus y raised to p plus q. We have to show that dy by dx is equal to y by x. Now just understand the way this architecture is of the sum. X raised to p into y raised to q equal to x plus y raised to p plus q. So if, for example, if this was x raised to 3 into y raised to 4, this would become x plus y raised to 3 plus 4, which would become x plus y raised to 7. So if this power was 3, this power was 4, and this was the power, the power here would be the total of these two powers, then we would, you know, get dy by dx as y by x. So this is just a generalized case. We could have multiple sums of that type where we can just replace p and q with different numbers, and you'd still get dy by dx as y by x. So let's see how we do this sum though. So we are going to take logs on both sides so that these powers come down. So this becomes p log x. There's a multiplication, so plus q log y equal to this p plus q comes down into log of x plus y. This is the stage where we differentiate with respect to x. So p into derivative of log x is 1 by x, plus q into derivative of log y is 1 by y, but into dy by dx equal to p plus q into 1 upon x plus y into the derivative of x plus y is 1 plus dy by dx. So the left hand side remains as it is, p by x plus q by y dy by dx equal to p plus q upon x plus y is multiplied inside the bracket. So when it multiplies with 1, you get p plus q upon x plus y. When it multiplies with dy by dx, you get p plus q upon x plus y into dy by dx. Then obviously the next step is collecting the dy by dx terms together. So q by y minus p plus q upon x plus y comes on this side with a dy by dx common, p plus q upon x plus y here, and this p by x goes there, becomes minus p by x. Then you take LCM here, so y into x plus y is the LCM here, x into x plus y is the LCM. This gets cross multiplied, so qx plus qy is what you get here. This y gets cross multiplied here, so minus py minus qy comes here. Right hand side, this x has come here, so px plus qx minus px minus py. Now a lot of things are getting cancelled. First of all, this x plus y and this x plus y gets divided on both sides. Alright, in the numerator on the left hand side, qy minus qy goes away, and on the right hand side px minus px gets cancelled. You're left with a qx minus py upon y into dy by dx on the left hand side. On the right hand side you're left with qx minus py upon x. So again qx minus py gets divided on both sides, and you then just transfer this y on the other side. You get dy by dx is equal to y by x. Moving on to the next sum. Now in the fifth sum, you have x raised to y is equal to e raised to x minus y, and we have to show that dy by dx is equal to log x upon 1 plus log x the whole squared. Because there is a function raised to function here, and as per logarithmic differentiation we have to take logs on both sides. So we take logs y log x on the left side. On the right hand side, x minus y comes down into log e, which becomes 1. Then at this stage where you have y log x equal to x minus y, we transfer this minus y on this side, becomes plus y. X remains on the right hand side. You take a y common, you get 1 plus log x in the bracket, which we transfer down. Now you might say, why didn't we just derivate it at this stage? Well, you see the show that you have 1 plus log x the whole squared in the denominator. by getting this y is equal to x upon 1 plus log x whole squared, and you know that if we were to do this by u by v rule, we would get the denominator v square, and that is what we want in the answer. That is why I have got it in this format, x upon 1 plus log x. Now when we differentiate with respect to x, the left hand side will be dy by dx, right hand side will be 1 plus log x, that's v into derivative of u, which is derivative of x, so that's 1 minus x into the derivative of 1 plus log x, that is 0, plus log x derivative is 1 by x, and the whole is divided by v square, so that's 1 plus log x whole square. That's what we want, right, in the denominator, in the show that. We just simplify the numerator, so you have 1 plus log x minus this x gets multiplied with this 1 by x and you get a 1 here, so 1 plus log x minus 1, so this 1 minus 1 goes away, you're left with log x upon 1 plus log x whole squared as your dy by dx, and that is precisely what we want in the show that. Alright, moving to the next question. Question number 6. We have cos inverse of x square minus y square upon x square plus y square equal to 2k, and we have to show that y dy by dx is equal to x into tan square k. Remember, there's a k expression in the show that. So the first thing to do is to uncomplicate the left hand side. So the first thing you'll do to uncomplicate the left hand side is take the cos inverse on the other side, it goes on the other side and becomes a cos, so it becomes cos 2k on the right hand side. Left hand side remains x square minus y square upon x square plus y squared. Now suppose we start derivating at this stage, this left hand side will become u by v rule, and the right hand side, because it's a constant, the derivative of that would become 0. Then if this is u by v rule and if that becomes 0, you would get a dy by dx only in terms of x and y, because there's no k term left, and so achieving this would become difficult. So we need to preserve this k. The only way I can preserve this k or this constant is by attaching a variable to it. So I will cross multiply x square plus y squared on the other side, so I get x square minus y square equal to cos of 2k into x square plus y square. Now we derivate. Now when we derivate, the left hand side is 2x minus 2y dy by dx equal to cos 2k is a constant left side. The derivative of x square is 2x plus the derivative of y square is 2y dy by dx. I will take this 2 common, I will take this 2 common, and I'll cancel, and I'll also multiply cos 2k inside at the same time, and I will end up with the x minus y dy by dx into is equal to x into cos 2k, remember 2 is got cancelled, plus y dy by dx into cos 2k. Again, remember this 2 and this 2 and these two 2's have all got cancelled, so you got this. Now at this stage I will collect the dy by dx terms together, the non dy by dx terms together. So I keep this x here and I transfer this x cos 2k on this side, and I've taken that x common, so I get x into 1 and minus cos 2k. On the other side, I take this minus y dy by dx there, and we already have a y dy by dx cos 2k there, so we take y dy by dx common, you get minus, which has become plus, so plus 1 and plus cos 2k in the bracket. Now 1 minus cos 2k is following the 1 minus cos 2 theta formula, so that is 2 sin square k, and 1 plus cos 2k is following the 1 plus cos 2 theta formula, so that is 2 cos square k. So again 2 on either side get cancelled. Remember, cos square k comes down, which becomes sin square k upon cos square k. You get tan square k into, you have this x, so x tan square k equal to y dy by dx. I have written it on the next page to make it more clear. So you get x sin square k upon cos square k equal to y dy by dx, and therefore you get y dy by dx equal to x into tan square k as you want it. Moving to the next question, question number 7. Now you see there is a sine inverse of x square minus y square upon x square plus y square equal to log a, quite similar to the earlier sum, but here in this case the show that dy by dx is y by x, so we don't have any a term in the show that, so it will make a lot of sense for me to get rid of this log a, and so this is what I do. I first of all uncomplicate the left hand side, so I take sine inverse on the other side, so this becomes sine of log a. Left hand side is now x square minus y square upon x square plus y squared. Now I need not cross multiply x square plus y squared on the other side like I did in the earlier sum, because I don't want to protect this constant. I don't need it in my show that, right? And so what I'll do is I will differentiate at this stage itself. So this left hand side will become u by v rule, the right hand side being a constant will get derivated and become 0, and it will be gone. So let's see how the u by v rule proceeds on the left hand side. So it's x square plus y squared, that's v into the derivative of u, so that is 2x minus 2y dy by dx minus u, that is x square minus y squared, into derivative of v, that is 2x plus 2y dy by dx, the whole upon v square, so that's x square plus y squared the whole squared. The right hand side, like I told you, it's a constant, the derivative of that will be 0. We also cross multiply this x square plus y squared on the other side, and that will get multiplied with 0 and you get a 0. Also we take a 2 common over here and you take a 2 common over here, right? And we cancel this 2 throughout as well. So you would be left with only this x square plus y squared into x minus y dy by dx minus this x square minus y squared into x plus y dy by dx equal to 0. It's now just a matter of multiplying this bracket with this, multiplying this bracket with this. Carefully you multiply it, x square into x is x cube, x square into minus y dy by dx is minus x square y dy by dx. Then you multiply y square with x, you get xy squared. You multiply y square with minus y dy by dx, you get minus y cube dy by dx. Minus x square gets multiplied with x, you get minus x cube. Minus x square gets multiplied with y dy by dx, you get minus x square y dy by dx. Minus minus plus y square gets multiplied with x, you get plus xy squared. Minus minus plus y square gets multiplied with y dy by dx, you get y cube dy by dx. And the right hand side of course is 0. Now if you see, x cube minus x cube will get cancelled, minus y cube dy by dx and plus y cube dy by dx will get cancelled. You will be left with minus x square y dy by dx and minus x square y dy by dx becoming minus 2x square y dy by dx, which will transfer on the right hand side and make it plus 2x square y dy by dx. Whereas on the left hand side you will be left with xy square plus xy square, which will become 2xy square. You see that 2 is getting cancelled here, 1x will get cancelled, 1y will get cancelled here, so you will be left with only a y by x as your dy by dx as required. Let's come to the last question, question number 8, and it is important. We've been given sine y equal to x into sine of a plus y, and we have to show that dy by dx is equal to sine square of a plus y upon sine a. Now we have to note before we start this problem that dy by dx is equal to 1 upon dx by dy. So if we were to differentiate this with respect to y and then we were to flip it or reciprocate it, we will get dy by dx. So I'll tell you why we need to do that. Let's start the sum. Sine y, as you know, is x into sine of a plus y. So I keep this x on one side and I get the sine of a plus y on the other side. So x is equal to sine y divided by sine of a plus y. Now if you look at the way the sum is looking at the moment, there is x on one side and there is everything in terms of y on the other side. So which is why I am not going to differentiate with respect to x, I am going to differentiate with respect to y. So when I differentiate x with respect to y, I get d by dy of x, which is nothing but dx by dy. And like I told you, we are going to flip dx by dy, the value of dx by dy, we'll reciprocate it and we'll get the value of dy by dx. Now what happens on the right hand side? The right hand side is a u by v rule. So sine of a plus y is v into the d by dy of sine y. So that's v into derivative of u minus u, which is sine y, into the derivative of sine of a plus y. Now sine of a plus y into, you get d by dy of sine y as cos y. You don't need to write dy by dx. Remember, you're differentiating with respect to y. The variable is y, so it will just be cos y minus sine y into derivative of sine of a plus y will be cos of a plus y into the derivative of a plus y with respect to y, constant, the derivative is 0, the derivative of y with respect to y is 1, so this is 0 plus 1, so this is inconsequential, it's 1. So what do we have? Dx by dy will be sine of a plus y into cos y minus, there's a minus here, cos of a plus y into sine y. the whole divided by sine square of a plus y is something that I forgot to tell you. So yeah, that's v square. So sine square a plus y comes down. Now, if you look at the way this is panned out, sine of a plus y into cos y minus cos of a plus y into sine y. It's like sine a cos b minus cos a sine b, which is sine of a minus b. So sine of a plus y minus y. So what happens here? Y minus y goes away. You're left with a sine a the whole divided by sine square a plus y as dx by dy. Now, like I told you, dy by dx is 1 upon dx by dy, which means dy by dx will be 1 divided by, and this answer, so that's sine a upon sine square a plus y, which will get obviously flipped up. So dy by dx will become sine square a plus y upon sine a. These were some few examples that I thought are important for understanding the derivative of implicit functions. Until next time, goodbye.